Then Job answered, Bildad, what a great help you are to this tired, weary man. You have really supported me. You have given such wonderful advice to this foolish man. You have provided so much useful information. Who helped you say these things? Whose spirit inspired you to speak? The ghosts and their neighbors in the underworld shake with fear, but God can see clearly into that place of death. Death is not hidden from God. God stretched the northern sky over empty space. He hung the earth on nothing. He fills the thick clouds with water, but he does not let its heavy weight break the clouds open. He covers the face of the full moon. He spreads his clouds over it and hides it. He drew the horizon on the ocean like a circle where light and darkness meet. The foundations that hold up the sky shake with fear when God threatens them. With his own power, God calmed the sea. With his wisdom, he destroyed Rahab. His breath made the skies clear. His hand destroyed the snake that tried to get away. These are only a few of the amazing things God has done. We hear only a small whisper of God's thundering power. Job continued his answer. God all-powerful has been unfair to me. He has made my life bitter, but I swear by his life, as long as I have life in me, as long as breath from God is in my nostrils, I will not be a hypocrite. I will not lie. You will never hear me say that you men are right. Until the day I die, I will not be untrue to myself. I will hold on to my innocence and never let go. My conscience will always be clear. May my enemies be punished like those who are evil. May those who stood up against me end up like all who have done wrong. What hope do people without God have when it's time to die? When God takes their life away? When they have troubles and cry out for help, God will not listen to them. It will be too late for them to enjoy talking with God all-powerful. They should have prayed to God all the time. I will teach you about God's power. I will not hide anything about God all-powerful. But you have seen it all with your own eyes. So why do you say such useless things? Here is what God has planned for those who are evil. This is what cruel people will get from God all-powerful. They may have many children, but all of them will be killed in war, or their children will not have enough to eat. All those who are left will die, and the widows will not even cry for them. Evil people collect silver as easily as dirt. They may have so many clothes that they are piled up like clay. But their piles of clothes will be worn by those who have lived right. All that silver will be given to those who have done no wrong. Evil people might build houses, but they will not last long. They will be like a spider's web or a guard's tent. They might be rich when they go to bed, but when they open their eyes, all their riches will be gone. Terrible fears will come over them like a flood, like a storm in the night that blows everything away. The east wind will carry them away, and they will be gone. The storm will sweep them out of their homes. They may try to run away from the power of the storm, but it will come down on them without mercy. It will make a sound like clapping hands as they run away. It will whistle at them as they run from their homes. There are mines where people get silver and places where people melt gold to make it pure. Iron is dug out of the ground and copper is melted out of the rocks. Miners carry lights deep into caves to search for these rocks in the deepest darkness. Far from where people live, they dig deep into the ground, down where no one else has been before. There they work all alone, hanging from ropes. Food grows on the ground above, but underground it is different, as if everything were melted by fire. In the rocks there are sapphires and grains of pure gold. Wild birds know nothing about the way to these places. No falcon has ever seen it. Wild animals have never been there. Lions have not traveled that way. Miners dig the hardest rocks. They dig away at the mountains and make them bare. They cut tunnels through the rocks and see all the treasures they hold. They even find places where rivers began. They bring to light what once was hidden. But where can anyone find wisdom? Where can we get understanding? People don't know where wisdom is. It cannot be found by anyone on earth. The deep ocean says, "It's not here with me." The sea says, "It's not here with me." You cannot buy wisdom with even the purest gold. There's not enough silver in the world to pay for it. You cannot buy it with gold from Ophir or with precious onyx or sapphires. Wisdom is worth more than gold or crystal. It cannot be bought with expensive jewels set in gold. It is far more valuable than coral and jasper, more precious than rubies. The topaz from Ethiopia cannot match its value, which is greater than the purest gold. So where does wisdom come from? Where can we find understanding? Wisdom is hidden from every living thing on earth. Even birds in the sky cannot see it. Death and destruction say, "We have never seen wisdom. We have only heard rumors about it." Only God knows the way to wisdom. Only He knows where wisdom is. He can see to the very ends of the earth. He sees everything under the sky. God gave the wind its power. He decided how big to make the oceans. He decided where to send the rain and where the thunderstorms should go. He looked at wisdom and discussed it. He examined it and saw how much it is worth. Then He said to humans, "To fear and respect the Lord is wisdom. To turn away from evil is understanding." Job continued to speak. "I wish my life could be the same as it was a few months ago, when God watched over me and cared for me. God's light shined above me so I could walk through the darkness. I wish for the days when I was successful, when I enjoyed God's friendship and blessing in my home. God All-Powerful was still with me then, and my children were all around me. Life was so good that I washed my feet in cream and had plenty of the finest oils. Those were the days when I went to the city gate and sat in the public meetings of the elders. When the young men saw me coming, they stepped out of my way, and the old men stood up to show they respected me. The leaders of the people stopped talking and put their hands over their mouths. Even the most important leaders were quiet, as if their tongues were stuck to the roof of their mouths. All who heard me said good things about me. Those who saw what I did praised me because I helped the poor when they cried out. I helped the orphans who had no one to care for them. People who were dying asked God to bless me. My help brought joy to widows in need. Right living was my clothing. Fairness was my robe and turban. I was like eyes for the blind, like feet for the crippled. I was like a father to the poor. I helped people I didn't even know win their case in court. I stopped evil people from abusing their power and saved innocent people from them. I always thought I would live a long life, growing old with my family around me. I was like a healthy plant with roots that have plenty of water and branches that are wet with dew. I thought each new day would bring more honor and be full of new possibilities. In the past, people listened to me. They waited quietly for my advice. When I finished speaking, they had nothing more to say. My words fell gently on their ears. They waited for my words as they would for rain. They drank them in like rain in the springtime. I smiled at them, and they could hardly believe it. My smile made them feel better. I was their leader and made decisions about their future. I was like a king among his troops, comforting those who were sad.